The voice in the vents. Ethan moved into the old house knowing it needed work. Creaking floors, flickering lights, and drafty windows. But for the price, he couldn't complain. At first, the strange noises from the vents seemed harmless. The occasional rattle, faint hissing when the wind blew just right. The house was old. Noises were expected. Then came the voice. It was subtle at first, almost a whisper beneath the static of the HVAC. "Help me," it said. Ethan froze, dismissing it as his imagination. A few nights later, it came again, louder this time. "I'm stuck." Ethan leaned closer to the vent in his bedroom, heart pounding. "Who's there?" he asked, his voice shaking. "Please," the voice whispered. "I'm cold. I'm alone." Panic twisted in his gut, but he tried to rationalize it. Maybe a child's voice from outside was carrying through the ducts. He checked every vent, every crawl space, even went into the basement, but found nothing unusual. The voice didn't stop. Each night it grew more insistent. "Why won't you help me?" One evening, Ethan heard it from every vent simultaneously. The voice was no longer pleading. It was angry. "You ignored me," it hissed. "Now it's your turn." The room grew icy cold, and a deep rumbling sound filled the air. The vents began to rattle violently as blackened soot poured out, blanketing the room in ash. A twisted, emaciated figure with hollow eyes and a gaping mouth crawled out of the largest vent, its bony fingers dragging across the floor. Ethan bolted for the door, but the thing moved impossibly fast, yanking him back into the suffocating darkness of the ductwork. Days later, Ethan's friends reported him missing. The house was empty, the vents silent. Months later, a new tenant moved in, brushing off the strange stories about the house. On their first night, as they lay in bed, a voice echoed softly through the vents. "Help me."